The Saints have only gone and managed to put through a huge win over the Saracens. Tommy Freeman bagging himself 4 tries. Henry Pollock putting in a stellar performance, showing why he's one of the brightest talents in world rugby. And talking about being bright, this guy, if he went any lighter with his hair, we would have been able to see him in the dark or see him around the corner, because my word, that guy's hair was bright. And Finn Smith, huge performance. Kalori for the Saracens. This guy is a serious talent, and he is so dangerous in the air. We have so much to talk about this game, so please like, subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. I want to break this game down because, my word, what a back and forth game. Let's get into it. So the Saracens did end up losing to the Northampton Saints 43-31 in what was a ridiculously back and forth game. We had yellow cards, we had fights, we had like calls. It was just everywhere, and everything was just outstanding. It was a really good game. But the big talking point is Tommy Freeman showing why he is one of the best wingers in world rugby, showing why he is the #1 starting choice for for England as well. This guy is phenomenal. No matter where you play him, you know you're going to be getting points. He managed to bag 4 tries today and really showing the world what a talent he is. So he was everywhere. He was finding those little open spaces. He was running heavy. He was fending off so well. The guy, he had an absolutely brilliant game, but he would not have been able to have such a good game if it was not for the people surrounding him. When you have the players like Hutchinson, when you have the players like Dingwall, when you have players like Hendy, it's just brilliant. And this is something that we always find with the Saints. When they are going forward, they are dangerous. They are seriously good. It is when we tend to go back is when things start to get a little bit scary. Now, we did have moments of this in the game today where I believe it was Pearson who ended up getting himself a yellow card on the 38th minute. Gonzalez ended up getting himself a try on the 40th minute, or somewhere around there, 41st minute, which was absolutely ridiculous, allowing the Saracens in and going into the second half in the lead. On top of that, we still had Pearson out, and then the Saints ended up managing to get another try, putting them just that much further in control. Now, automatically, I am thinking, oh my word, how have we lost such a big lead over the Saracens? We were dominating. We were so scary. And then within the space of just a few minutes, we end up going behind. And I saw the worst, because was Tizard ended up getting himself a try in the 46th minute. It was then 46-17 after Farrell ended up converting that try. Riccioni gets himself a yellow card on the 54th minute, but then this is where everything starts to go wrong for the Saracens, because Pearson gets himself a try on the 55th minute. Freeman gets himself another try on the 59th minute. Freeman again on the 67th minute, and then Freeman again on the 74th minute, closing out the game. Now, there was one try which I wasn't 100% certain of, and that was Malin's try, because the way the referee awarded it, I don't believe I don't believe Todoro was in the wrong. So I think the lead up, the referee allowed this try to happen, which I think that should not have happened. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are in relation to this and whether that Malin's try should have stood. But yeah, ultimately, it doesn't matter. The Saints came through with a huge win, showing just how quickly they can move the ball out wide. I mean, Freeman's last try was just a pure piece of work. You know, it was just pure brilliance that showed the pace of the pass, accuracy of the pass, you know, just keeping that ball moving. And it definitely does help when you have someone like Henry Pollock, who is fighting for everything. And that is something that he does bring. We saw the crazy turnover that he had. He literally ran out of nowhere, ended up getting himself a turnover. He was acrobatically diving for balls. He was managing to just grab hold of it, just to keep it. They were fighting for everything. Alex Coles as well, big, strong unit. JJ van der Mecht, they really tried that. The Saracens really tried their hardest to keep up with him. But when you are a man of his stature, it's like if you had to put 2 Ben Earls next to each other and then on top of each other, that's JJ. That's JJ, right? So having a monster like him, where he himself is taking three Saris out of the game by himself, never mind once he hits that layoff. So yeah, we had a phenomenal game. Now, don't get me wrong, the Saris really did put in a good work. They were scary at moments, and they really made the most out of that yellow card that the Saints gave away. But I am seeing more improvement, which I am loving. The Saints are still very free flowing in terms of giving away points, right? But we are still having that. We having the momentum, we having the drive, we are having the mental fortitude to come back in the game, as we saw here. Riccioni ended up getting himself that yellow card, and we made full use of we made full use of it. We made full use of it. I believe what we ended up getting two tries, almost three. Yeah. So if you had taken consideration, Riccioni would have been on the pitch, what, like 3 minutes or something like that, before Freeman ended up getting his third try. So yeah, it was just it was it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Like I say, we are showing just how dominant we are, how scary we are when we're going forward. We go toe to toe with some of the best teams in world rugby when it comes down to going forward. It's going back which is the issue. And yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary mistakes, a lot of unnecessary tackles. Diving into things unnecessarily, giving away the ball. They tend to lose their composure. They lose, they lose sight of what they're after, and ultimately end up giving the ball away. But I mean, we take a look at the stats in terms of carries. So we had 139 carries, some like 536 post contact meters, comparing to the Saris 105 carries, 252 post contact meters. We had 16 line breaks compared to the Saris 5. 15 22-meter entries comparing to the Saris 9. And yeah, it was scary. It really, really was scary, the performance that we put on today. And I mean that in both a good and a bad way, because there were moments that I had, my bloody heart in my throat, thinking, oh no, we have just gone and done it again. We have just gone and lost a huge lead, and we are gonna, we're gonna crumble. But we ended up coming back, came strong. Freeman put in such a huge performance. Todoro, don't even get me started on Todoro. Todoro is such a huge talent. The guy, he is going to be killing it for Italy. He is so, so scary. And when he's 19 years old, 19, 20 years old, coming out, breakthrough season, he's playing really well. He's making some good runs, finding those areas, finding himself in good pockets of space. He is such a scary player to have, and he is going to be putting a lot of pressure on everybody to up their game if they want to be getting some game time. Because right now, Todoro and Freeman are the starting wingers outright. Todoro is playing his absolute socks off, but we cannot take away Hutchinson's performance, because Hutchinson's performance was scary. He was so quick on the ball. He was finding those low pockets of space. He was running hard. He was getting off those crucial passes whenever we needed it. And look, the Saints were not perfect by any means, but I am seeing improvements. We are showing why we deserve to be in that top echelons of the Gallagher Prem, and why we deserve to be at the top. So obviously the season is a very, very long season. There's still a long way to go, but this is improvement. We are going to see what happens later on in the year. Hopefully we aren't as injury ridden as we were last year, but this is a solid performance. 43, 31, and we had some serious performances throughout tonight. We saw Finn Smith and Alex Mitchell put in a solid performance. Every time Finn Smith hit that ball, whenever he was giving those little kicks, they were just inch perfect. They were putting pressure. They were getting into that try line, and they were just stopping just before they went out of play, putting so much pressure on the Saris. He was just finding those little pockets in behind that Saris defense, and the Saints really made the most out of it. So really, really happy with Finn Smith's performance, Alex Mitchell, Tom Pearson, Henry Pollock. We had a general all-round good game. Yes, there was a lot of ups and downs, and there's a lot still to work on, but Am I happy about this win? 100%. Was I scared that we were going to potentially lose at around halftime? Yes, 100%. But it is that mental fortitude, it is that fight to come back and put through such a solid performance. So, yeah, I cannot wait to see, our next game. But before I finish this video, how good was Kalori? I think his name's Kaluori. Kaluori. Let me check his name. Uh, Pretty certain it's Kalori. Where are they? Sorry's. Yeah, Noah Kalori. What a talent! This guy is so scary in the air. He's just built big, lanky. He's got that brilliant frame, and he's so young, doing such amazing performances. England really have quite a few stars in their backs that are going to be fighting for competitions big time. If he continues to be playing the way he is, my word, the rest of the league and everybody that plays international rugby for England had better be watching out. Note this name, Noah Kaluori, because my word, this kid is a phenomenal player. He is a phenom. This guy continues, he doesn't get injured for the next 3 years. He's going to be starting, he's going to be putting everybody on their backsides and going to be another Tommy Freeman. But hey, only time will tell. But this kid is playing amazing, especially after the last game. After that last game that he put in, Tommy Freeman just had to try and get that little bit, over Kalori's last performance. But my word, what a performance from this guy! What a performance from this guy! It was scary. It really was scary. So, guys, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Who was your player of the match? For me, it goes Tommy Freeman all day long. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.